what do you do when you wholesale a property? You're going to find properties that you can resell to either a landlord, it's going to be your end buyer, or a fix and flipper, right? That you're probably not going to wholesale property to first-time home buyers. That should not be your market. You want to build a market of buyers that are going to buy with you repeatedly, so that's why you can build up your wholesaling business. You're not in the business of selling houses to first-time home buyers. So your end buyer is going to be either a landlord or a rehabber. So the thing is, when you're looking at markets, is you're looking at what is the demand in this market from your end buyer. What type of property are they looking for? Are you in a heavy rental market? Are you in a heavy rehabber market? And when I talk market, I talk specifically even within the same city. When you have a larger city, there's several areas within the city. So for example, for many years, I invested in St. Louis. Well, there are certain zip codes in St. Louis where I was doing strictly rentals or multifamily, even as a wholesaler. There are other zip codes in St. Louis where I was doing fix and flips property myself, where I was wholesaling to flippers. They were not buying to rent this property. They were buying them to fix them up and sell them to owner occupants. So the thing is, you have to first find out when within your area, which markets are you going to target, because depending on what your end buyers are going to be, okay? Like there are certain markets where I will not do property for fix and flip because it doesn't make sense. It's going to be hard for me to sell a house in certain zip code in St. Louis as a wholesaler, where it's very easy to sell a rental property instead. So that's the first determination. Now, there are some markets around the country they're historically and statistically always been the best markets. And it's kind of funny, but they all kind of fall within the Sunbelt, okay? So we're talking anywhere from Arizona to Texas, all the southern states, Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, into Florida. These markets have always been statistically very good for wholesalers. Okay, so you can't go wrong in anywhere in these particular states. Now, let's move up in the Midwest. The Midwest, moving up from Texas, kind of the central Midwest, Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas, up to Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, Wisconsin. So all these central states are always very good for wholesalers because you have a demand for rentals and also home buyers. The other thing is you have to look, especially when you're targeting with flippers that are going to flip to home buyers, is the affordability. So a lot, especially over the last few years where prices have jumped up, like let's say here in Florida or southern Florida, a lot of people are migrating either to other areas of Florida or out of state because of the affordability of housing.